Buongiorno.
Yeah. Very Italiano.
Come sta?
Brian.
No, come ti chiama?
Brian.
There you go. Io chiama Carrie. Papa Grasso's going to be so proud of me.
Papa Grasso speaks Italian.
Yeah.
My dad.
Probably a little bit better than me.
Good morning, by the way. Welcome. Today's show, 3 steps to maximizing your time management and increasing your productivity. This is a great quote. I wrote it. But
Sorry,
it's still powerful, right?
Yes.
You may never run out of excuses, but you will run out of time.
So very true.
So let's learn to maximize, optimize, improve our time management skills. Because when it comes to like achieving goals, time and consistency are the keys, like we talked about yesterday. Which means that upping efficiency and productivity is the must. Which means that effectively, managing your time is so critical. By the way, today's show is all about 3 steps. 3 steps to maximizing. You want to know what they are?
Yes.
Here are the 3 steps. Do a 5-day TIC TOC. That's number 1. Number 2, establish your bookends. And number 3, audit your friction points. We're going to discuss all of those today.
I'm looking forward to talking about this. I love time management.
Me too.
I need you to stop talking though for a second.
Shut up,
because
man.
you have a beard hair, like the top of your head.
Nice.
I'm sure nobody could see that, but
not.
I could see it, so I'm convinced that they could see it. How is everybody this morning? Good morning, Lynette,
Yes.
Caitlin, Mona, Chris, Lisa, Tiffany, Mike.
Papa Drops.
That was so weird. Papa Droplock.
Chris Goldowski, good morning from drizzly San Francisco, the Holiday Inn Express, Fisherman's Wharf.
That sounds very quaint.
It does.
Is it quaint, Chris?
Is it quaint? By the way, Chris Goldowski, I did happen to notice that on yesterday's show, you made a comment that you love it when I use, what's the word? Not math, but economics, finances, as a way to show and illustrate things. I saw that comment.
I saw that comment as well.
I just didn't have time to chat to comment on your comment, but I certainly appreciated it. Good morning, Brian Sakowitz. Good morning, Kelly Goldowski, whose husband Chris is also saying good morning to her.
Right?
Connie
awesome.
Right? Connie Blankenship.
Welcome, Laura Ash, to the
Yes.
show. If this is your first time tuning in live.
I don't recognize your name, Laura Ash. If you could, you're coming from the UK. That's awesome. How did you find Brian and Carrie in the morning? I'd love to know.
I want to know.
Daniel C. Grant. Have I mentioned how much I love that guy?
He's in the house again.
Yes.
I love it. I absolutely dig it. I love it.
What's up, Jim Kerr? Dennis Faithwalker? Look at this crew.
You know what? So if you are watching right now, and you
Which
have,
you are.
if you're watching, if you're watching right now, please just give a shout out and say, hey, Brian and Carrie, if you haven't said hey yet, because we don't always get to see who's chiming in, so it's so awesome. Like Dennis Faithwalker, this is the first time I've seen your name pop up on our screen.
Good morning, Maureen.
And we like welcoming people to the show.
We do.
Hi, Kelly.
Kelly.
Well, good morning to you.
Yes. Oh, dude. I like that little alliteration there. Bad time management. Finally, me. I like that. Today's show. I'm glad you're here. I really dig the vibe coming from you.
Laura Ash heard about us from another Fit Pro.
Oh, right on. Name the Fit Pro.
I want to know. My guess is, I want to guess Emma Probert.
Emma Probert's a good guess. She's over in Wales.
Yep.
Who else could it be?
That's my guess. I mean, it could be a million. Chloe Stevens.
We have a lot of friends and fans over there in
Craig
the
Lowe.
UK.
There's I'm drawing blanks. There we go. Yoli Meiserkoff. Welcome.
Nice. Sarah Elizabeth.
You guys are the best for listening to instructions.
Oh, Dennis James Newton. We know you, Faithwalker.
Oh, you just changed your last name.
But I dig you anyways. I'm glad you're here. He's got a beard.
Does he?
You know, this is the beard salute.
We have a beard off.
No, it's not a beard off. I don't compare my beard. Weak, shallow, insecure men compare their beard. They go, look at my beard compared to that guy's beard.
Obviously, that's what a beard off means. I didn't even compare.
Right. I have respect and love for my beard brother. So, Dennis, to you, sir.
Can I tell you guys a story? So here's a little story about this beard thing. Plus, my hubby contacted you guys and insulted you thinking
yes, I told that story too. It wasn't an insult. Laura, just so you know, I'm an American citizen. So I am American. I just happen to live in Canada right now. No insult. None.
He was
no
just
worries.
telling that story like 2 days
Yes.
ago. I want to tell you a really quick story about the beard thing because so we went to a Starbucks here local in Mont Tremblant a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And the guy behind the counter was complimenting Brian on his beard. So then Brian
'Cause he had a
complimented
beard.
him on his beard.
Right.
So now they have this whole beard salute thing when he walks into the Starbucks. It's so entertaining.
And you know
for me.
Starbucks, like they're always busy. There's
Yeah.
always a line, right? And it does. We could be last in line, and there's literally 17 people in front of us, and he's the barista.
Mm-hmm.
But when he sees me walk in, he literally stops what he's doing, looks at me, and goes like this. And I feel like a VIP. I'm not gonna lie.
It's so funny. I love it.
Good morning, Trisha.
So I want to say something too, because we're talking about beard, which made me think about hair.
Yes.
Which made me want to announce something to everybody, because it's important in my world. So I have been growing out my hair for like a year. Has it been about a year? A year I've been growing out my hair. It was as short as Brian's at one point.
Yes, it was.
And I have finally got it long enough that it fits into a messy bun.
Yes, it looks
Every
good.
woman can appreciate that.
Oh, it looks good too.
Thank you.
And now that I have a long beard, I can appreciate it as well.
It's like you
I
won a
have to,
prize.
I have to groom. I
Yeah.
haven't had to groom in years and years and years.
It's a commitment.
Michelle Adams is here. You're our favorite, whatever. Billy Reuter is here. Good morning, big brother.
I think we got a beard gang.
Yes, Kristen Mahone Johnson's husband has a beard going too.
I love it.
There's a beard brotherhood. It's not untrue.
There should be a beard brotherhood.
Yeah, right?
Women don't have sisterhoods with stuff like that.
I think sometimes they do.
Really? I'm trying to think.
I think they do.
What kind of things do women have sisterhoods around? Can anybody?
Tattoos? I've seen it, just so you know.
Really? I'm not. Maybe not in my.
Well, because you're not much of a joiner. And that's not a bad
true.
thing. Like, you're not really one for the trends and the ages. Just kind of do your own thing. And every once in a while, someone says to you, hey, look, your tattoos are gorgeous. I have tattoos too. And you're like, oh, yeah, look, tattoos. I don't.
Oh, you know what? That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense. I
Yeah.
can see that.
There, Messy Bun Sisterhood.
There you go. We are now a part. You
Good
know,
morning, Monica. Good morning, Cecily.
our
Brenda.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. That was a great
Yes.
movie. You know, Maya is the cutest little thing in the world, right? Like, so she is like, because somebody said the messy buns, right?
Yeah.
Maya is always coming and finding me in the house, and she's like, "Mommy, could you put my hair into a messy bun?"
Isn't she though?
It's the
She's
cutest
awesome.
thing.
I just want to add
Oh.
something. This is a quick, funny story. We have 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Just to remember today's show, the 3 steps to maximize your time management and increase your productivity. Right? And those 3 things are a 5-day TIC TOC, establish your bookends, and audit your friction points. We're going to unveil all of those once we go live in about a minute. Quick story. Yesterday we went to the store because on Saturday we have a little dinner date with a couple local friends here who are, by the way, part of the crew.
Yeah.
Scott and Jamie Livingston, right? Love them. So we went to buy a bottle of wine. And I was like 20 feet away from the counter. So the lady didn't know that we were together necessarily.
Right.
And what just, it perked me up and I started looking over was the tone of your voice. Because Carrie, this is what Carrie said. Are you serious? Right? Now, but you have to understand, for all of our American friends, and I don't know where you are in the world or what the legal drinking age is in your part of the world. Here in Quebec, it's 18.
Right.
It's 18 years old. Right? We're not talking 21. It's 18 years old. So as soon as Carrie goes, are you serious? I look over. And the checkout lady's like, yes, ma'am, I'm sorry, I need to see your ID. I need to see your ID. And Carrie goes, I'm 38 years old. I was 18, literally 20 years ago. And the lady goes, I'm so sorry, I need to see your ID. But Carrie, you're not being belligerent. You're enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
You're like,
It's almost
do you
so
see
shocking.
that? She goes, do you see that teenage boy right there? And the checkout lady goes, yeah. Carrie goes, that's my son. I'm 38. So long story short, my wife is almost 40. She looks like she needs ID to pass for 18. And I had to go and bail her out by giving my ID because your ID was not on you.
And then I got in the car and I was like, win for the day.
That's not a bad win, right?
It's a good win. My plan was to get carded until I turned 40. So,
you're on the way for sure. Well, guys, with that, we are at 10 a.m. Eastern. So welcome to Brian and Carrie in the morning, where we are live 5 mornings a week. We kick off at 10 a.m. Eastern. Our pre-show starts at 9:50. That's when all the fun happens. So we suggest you get here at 9:50. We're coming live from the beautiful Mount Tremblant, Quebec, and if you look over our shoulders, it actually is quite beautiful today.
It is. We have got sun and a mountain. Oh,
yeah.
no. Yeah. Can we see it?
Most of a mountain. The clouds are still there.
Mountain.
But the snow has stopped. Blizzard gate is now complete. And we're just kind of going to thaw out for the next couple of weeks. So that sounds pretty good. Having said that, today's show is all about the 3 steps to maximizing your time management and increasing your productivity. And I want to frame this properly. We're all about goals. We're all about helping you achieve your goals. We're all about helping you finally achieve the goals you set. And time management stands as one of the biggest problems people have with respect to being able to achieve their goals. So if that topic alone is provocative for you, or you know us by now, and you know we're going to earn the share, how about you share this out to the world so that they can hear, feel, and smell our magic also.
You know, I just want to point out as well, Tiffany Maxim said something up here. Welcome and good morning, crew. Brian, don't you have something to ask us? Look at you, Tiff. You're so best.
I do, Tiff. Hold on. Dramatic pause. Where my crew at?
Crew.
Yes!
Sorry.
I'm feeling alive and fine. Woo!
You're alive and 5?
Fine.
Oh, fine.
Fine. Alive and fine. Well, let me tell you, 3 steps to maximizing your time management and increasing your productivity.
Let's do it.
Here's where I want to start. I don't want hearts. I don't want shocked faces. I don't want thumbs up. I want comments. Do you ever find yourself too rushed? Let me ask you a different question. Do you always find yourself too rushed? Do you always wonder where the hell time went? Do you always find yourself frantic and frazzled, almost like at the last minute, pulling everything together?
Right.
Would you like to be able to stop doing that? Answer these questions. I'm loving the likes, but I want comments.
This is a big topic.
Yes. Yeah, by the way, Kelly Goldowski, you started a trend. Now Brian Sakowitz, Tiffany, everyone's doing crew times 4.
No, I say it 4 times. You guys should have to write it 4 times. All the time,
so Dennis
often,
says constantly. Caitlin all the time. Kristen every day. Brian Sakowitz often. Connie all the time. Mama Drops, yes. Mona, yes. Kelly, yes, absolutely. So,
you know,
we're hitting a good emotional spot today.
I want to say
almost what she
something
said.
about this whole topic. Somebody messaged me yesterday and said, that's what she said. And then they referenced you. Sorry, Brian's rubbing off on me is what they said.
Hey, worse things could rub off on you, and that's what she said.
That's also what she said. No, but I really want to say something because, like, we have a lot of, like, I want to say secret sauces. Maybe you can look at it this way. Like,
yeah.
Everything plays a part, right? In creating success and happiness and fulfillment.
Yep.
But time management, I swear, it's one of those ones that once you figure it out, once you learn how to implement the stuff that we're going to talk to you about today, your world is going to change.
Oh, it is.
And like we you know, sometimes, I want to be honest with you, sometimes people kind of laugh at us. You know, people in our immediate circle, like our family and stuff, like they laugh at us at how organized we are with our time.
Yeah, but they're just assholes.
But then we're like, you know what? You're laughing at us, but the reason we do so much and the reason we're able to fulfill all our goals is because of how organized we are with our time.
I mean, first of all, let that point stand because it's a massive point, but I also want to talk about this in truth, right? We're going to detail our 3 points today. TIC TOCs, bookends, and audits of friction, right? But here's the thing. We have a life, people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we are not maniacal. We are not obsessive. We are not ridiculously rigid. Exactly. We love the dynamics of life. Sometimes shit doesn't work out the way you want it to. Sometimes it doesn't work out the way you think it's going to. All of this kind of comports with that. So time management for us is honoring life. I don't want to spend any of the however many days I am blessed to be on this earth walking with my love and my kids. I don't want to spend any of those days upset, angry, frustrated. So our time management system, it is for the purpose of fulfilling our purpose in life to the maximum of our capacity, but really enjoying the fucking of life also.
Right.
Right? So that's, I want to phrase it a different way. And I'd love your comment, okay? I'd love your comment. Do you consider yourself a free spirit?
I was going to go there. I love
So I want to know if you consider yourself a free spirit, which, by the way, includes being spontaneous. Okay? So I'm going to let some of you answer. Like, do you consider yourself as free spirit? Is spontaneity important to you? And here's why I'm asking. You know what we've learned? Because you are talking to the two largest free spirits on the face. Look at us. Look at us. Tattoos, piercings, freaky. That's your dad comments to our kids. Let's pick up and move, kids, to the mountains. We are free spirits. But you know what? You know what we've learned? Sometimes you cloak free spiritedness in stupidity. Yeah. You really do. You don't mean to, but you do. Because free spirit does not mean take life as it comes and go with the wind and, oh my goodness, fairy dust. It means that you have some structure. Free spiritedness requires structure to blossom. Yeah. So these 3 points today are all about structure. Are you feeling us so far?
Yeah, I want to add to that because I think that this is a huge topic, and the point of the free spiritedness. I think on some level everybody internally craves the desire to be free. Yeah. Right? So let's just use it, the desire to be free spirit, however you want to call it. But I can't begin to tell you the number of people that we have worked with who have claimed free-spiritedness as the reason why they don't have a schedule, as the reason why they don't have routine, as the reason why they don't set kind of structure to their days, because if they set the structure, the routine, the schedule, they're not going to be free-spirited anymore. And
quite the opposite, though,
one of the things that we've learned is that when I say the more organized we are, I want to go back to the point that Brian made, because it's not about having no free time. It's not about rigidity. But the more organized we are with our time, the more we're able to be free-spirited.
That's right.
And once you figure out that mix, whoa boy. Like
100%.
Now we're talking like out to the races.
I'm out to the races.
Whatever.
Off to the races.
Off to the races.
Either or, right?
Shush, you gotta get it.
I'm pointing out 2 comments. One from Dennis. Love change, hate rigid. And number 2 from Brenda. I don't mind change. It can be very good. Let me talk to both of those, okay? Because they're both involving change, right? Love change, hate rigid. I love change. It can be good. Change is, guys, are you ready? Pick up your pens because you need to write this down, okay? Either you are allowing yourself to evolve and change, or you're restricting it. Those are the only 2 options. Change is inevitable. Look at the seasons. Look at Mother Nature. Look at babies. Look at children who become teenagers, who become adults. Change is an evolution. It's a process. It is irrefutably going to happen unless you get in the fucking way. And so people who say, well, change can be good, or, ooh, I don't like change. Those kinds of people, you're resisting natural evolution. Right. And you're keeping yourself stuck. And it doesn't have to be that way. Yeah. Okay, so let me start with number 1. These are the 3 steps to maximizing your time management, increasing your productivity. And I'm going to add to that, increasing your freedom in life. Yeah, absolutely. Increasing your capacity to be spontaneous. That's what all of this is about. So are you ready for number 1? Step number 1, I want to see some hearts. If you're ready for step number 1, let's see some hearts.
Say bring it.
Woo!
Write down, bring it. Yes, I want more. Whatever you want to write.
That was very sweet of you to give them like the flexibility.
Yeah, you don't have to conform to what I request.
Yes. Good. You guys are great. Hearts are flowing. So guys, here's number 1. This is actually, by the way, actionable. Yeah. This is not a theory. This is what we want you to do. Okay, this is a takeaway. This is a take home. Do this. You ready? You're going to perform a 5-day TIC TOC. That's step number 1. Okay, now I'm going to tell you what a TIC TOC is, and then we're going to tell you why it's important. It's not even important, it's essential. Right. Okay? A TIC TOC is this. Grab yourself a nice binder. Nice journal like this. Okay? It can be, by the way, pocket size. Pocket size is great because it's easy to transport wherever you are in the day, right? Every hour on the hour that you're awake, from the time you wake up until you go to sleep, take 45 seconds at the end of every hour and jot down what you did in the past 60 minutes. There. So if you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, at 7 o'clock in the morning, write down in your little journal what you did from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. And then at 8 a.m., write down what you did from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And you do that for the entire day until basically bedtime. Okay? Do that for 5 days. We call it a TIC TOC. It's a measurable, personal, individualized, real-time, and honest evaluation, assessment of how you're currently spending your day. Okay? That's your first exercise. If you have questions, ask them now. We'll get to them. Yeah. Let us tell you why it's important.
Yeah, I want to add, I mean, it goes into the why. When anybody is starting a new diet plan, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's the most common thing. And
yes.
if you can relate to this, please say, yes, I've done that. So when you're starting a new fitness plan, a nutrition plan, oftentimes the very first thing that your trainer asks you to do is to write a food journal.
Yeah.
Right? A food log. You can't, it's like if you're not assessing, you're guessing, right? How can you possibly know what you need to change in your life if you don't know what you're currently doing? And the one thing that everybody finds when they do this with a food journal is, what I used to do is I used to have people write it out and then go through with a highlighter and highlight off all the things that they were like, oh, that's not really what I want to be eating. And then they'd come back with a book and like half the book is highlighted, right?
Yes.
But they had no idea that they were doing that. The same thing is true for your days and how you're spending them. You might think that productivity is happening, or you might know that it's not, but you don't know exactly where the productivity is falling down, right? Yep. When you do a TIC TOC, you're able to look at your entire day and you're able to say, like, because it's glaring at you.
Absolutely.
You can't pretend it's not there.
I'm going to start looking at comments. Listen to all of this. Kristen says, love this idea. Probably going to hate reading it back to myself. That is our number one factor. You're going to hate it. And I don't want to say unconditionally. You likely are going to hate it because you're going to realize something that almost everybody realizes. You're wasting more time than you want to. Mm-hmm. And you ready for this one? You ready? You need to take accountability for it now because you're going to recognize something. This is my favorite. It's my long-term favorite. The statuses on Facebook says, hey, everybody, I'm going to cancel my profile on Facebook for the next 2 weeks. I need a break from social media. Facebook is a big time waster. See you guys in 14 days. My number one favorite thing about that is if you need a break from social media, but you need to write a status about the fact that you need a break from social media. That's dumb. I mean, that's just plain ridiculous. That you're pretending you need a break from social media, but you're writing on social media that you need a break. That's number one. But the second thing is, are you ready? You're going to hate me for this. Facebook, in fact, does not waste your time. You waste your time.
Which everybody's like, yep.
I have Facebook. Carrie has Facebook, but we don't waste our time on Facebook, which means Facebook is not an absolute time waster. You're wasting your own time, and you're going to see that when you do a TIC TOC. Okay, so a couple more comments I want to get to. Brian Sakowicz, I'll find out how much time I'm wasting on dumb shit. I hate to say it, brother, but yeah, that's exactly right. Mona wins because she's going to write down from 9 to 10. She listens to Brian and Carrie in the morning. You win big time. Chris Goldowski, great comment. Love the TIC TOC. I found so much waste and bullshit stuff in my day which doesn't serve me. Beautiful. Yeah. Michelle Lee, this is a great comment. It's data. And I want to say, like, absolutely. Why am I highlighting that comment? Because data is irrefutable.
Of course.
You can't really argue with data.
Yeah.
If you do a nice cross-section of 5 days, not 1 day, not 2 days, but 5 days, you're going to start generating knowledge of trends. Where do you have wasted time? What parts of the day are chronically tiring for you? Et cetera, et cetera. But my last point, because I've been talking for too long already, wow, is echoing what Carrie just said. If you're not assessing, you're guessing, right? A doctor who gives you medication before they diagnose the illness goes to jail. Yeah. Before you create a solution to anything, you need to know what the problem is. So the TIC TOC is the first step because it is the essential step of diagnostics. So you can see where you're wasting time.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay? Now,
are we killing this? I think we're killing
I think
this.
Everybody's loving the TIC TOC.
Yes.
And I want to loop this. So this actually is not a comment specifically to the TIC TOC, but I would be remiss if I didn't share this with you, okay?
Yeah.
Because you guys have been tuning in. You guys watch our show. So you know, obviously, mindset is our core. We've been talking about how to finally achieve the goals you set, right? Now, this whole time management piece is a piece in the bigger picture of it all, right? Because, you know, I don't think people purposely waste time.
No,
I don't think you're not purposely wasting your time, but I think one of two things often happens. So you have all these lofty goals that you want to accomplish for your life, or you don't know what the hell your goals are.
Right.
So you feel your foundation of mindset is not solid, right? Which is what we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks. Your foundation isn't solid. Life doesn't feel good. You don't know where to start. So what do you automatically gravitate towards? You gravitate towards avoidance patterns.
Yes.
Which would be puttering around on Facebook or whatever the case may be.
Blaming Facebook.
Or doing things where you actually feel efficient. So women are like classic at this. They are the queens, and I used to be one of cleaning my kitchen, doing my laundry, doing all these things because I felt accomplished when I do it. But those are all really powerful ways of like taking you away from the core of what you're trying to actually create for your
100%,
life. So the puzzle pieces fit together with everything we've been talking about.
There have been some comments roll through here. I want to know right now if you recognize in your life how powerful this TikTok is going to be for you. Okay, so just give us a yes, hell yes, or even explain why do you recognize this TikTok is going to be so powerful?
Brian Sakowitz's comments there was great. How many times do you sit in front of a computer in the evening and then 3 hours later you're like, what the fuck? Who can relate to that?
Who can't relate to that? Carrie, we used to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, can I tell you, we used to think we were busy. Yeah. We used to think we were so busy. Oh my God, there was so much work. We weren't busy. We were inefficient. We were unproductive. We did what Brian Sakowitz just said. We sat in front of our computer for 3 hours, and at the end of it, we're like, wow, what the fuck did I just do?
Yeah, it's so true.
Right? So are you guys feeling this?
Everybody's loving it. So who's going to do the TikTok? I want to know.
I want to see, before we go to step number 2, who's actually going to do this with us?
And Lisa Arsenault made a great comment because she said, she goes, it's also important to be honest with yourself.
Yes.
With that TikTok. Make sure you're writing everything
You
down.
know, Maureen, I just want to say this because beautiful. I love your vulnerability. Day after day, you're so vulnerable on our show. So Maureen just said it's scary. But I want to remind you guys of something, and I want to know who's gonna hashtag it. You ready?
Do it.
You're stardust, bitches! The heavens exploded and put stardust on the earth, and you were born of that material. Yep. It's not scary to see where you're wasting time. It's scary to die without ever having reached your full stardust potential. That's fucking scary.
I agree.
So I just, like Maureen, I love your vulnerability. I would never argue with you. I'm just reinforcing. Let's find perspective on what's really fucking scary.
Yeah. What's
scary is turning 80 and then realizing I didn't do shit with my life that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know, there is an amazing article that's been floating around for 30 years. I'm sure you've read it. If you've read it, say so. It was a palliative care nurse who for like 20 some odd years interviewed people who had terminal illness and were dying, and they were elderly. And she compiled a massive piece of data that showed what are the top 5 regrets that people have on their deathbed. Number 1, by an overwhelming majority, was I didn't do what I wanted to fucking do. And now you don't have a choice. Now you're on your deathbed. So, like, let's find perspective on what is scary. Scary for me is being on my deathbed and saying, you know what? I don't have a second chance. I didn't do this or that or this. That's scary. Doing a 5-day TikTok to see where I'm wasting my time so I can fix it, that's a gift.
Yeah.
That's a gift you're giving to yourself. It's the opposite of scary.
Yeah, you know, and I'm glad that you said that because I wrote here, being really big, don't hate it. Because someone, like 10 minutes up now, I can't remember who it was, but somebody made the comment that they hate thinking about how much they're wasting their time, right? And then in line with what Lisa or Maureen said, it's scary. Guys, you've been around enough to know. Learn your language.
Yes.
That's point number 1. Point number 2, there is no absolute truth. So if you keep telling yourself it's scary, it's going to be scary. If you keep telling yourself you hate it, you're going to hate it. If you keep, coming down on yourself and beating yourself up about it, that's exactly what you're going to feel about it. Look at this is exactly what Brian just said. It's a gift.
Yes.
You are giving yourself the best gift you could possibly give yourself by scrutinizing and understanding, this is where I'm spending my time. This isn't where I'm spending my time. And you know what? That is what successful and happy people do. They take the time to look at their days and how they're spending their time.
100%. Couple of comments I'm looking back at here, okay? Stacy says she's back. She missed us the past 2 days. Glad to have you back, love. Brenda says, I work full-time and have my grandson a lot. Challenging creating time. We're going to help you with that today. I love that. Chris Goldowski, someone who we've worked with in the past and has done TikToks, says, I'm doing it again. Good on you, Chris. That's brilliant.
I was going to say about that.
Yeah, I love everybody, hashtagging Stardust and Stardust bitches. This is great. You guys are jumping in. Janine says, scared shitless of TikTok, but I'm in. Good girl. That's absolutely lovely. You guys are killing this today with us, and I love it.
I want to say something about Chris and Kelly Godalski.
Yeah.
And actually, there's other people on the show right now who I can address on this topic as well. Michelle Adams comes to mind. So Chris and Kelly Godalski have been working with us now. God, has it been about 2 years? I want to say it's been about 2 years or something like that. But they've come through different programs with us. I am sure that Chris and Kelly have TikToked multiple times.
Yeah.
I happen to also know that they go through every 3 months the process of assessing their goals and reevaluating on them.
What we call 90-day intentions.
90-day intentions, which is exactly the point. This is not a one and done. You don't TikTok one day. You don't set your goals one day. You do this recurringly over and over and over again. That's how you create what you're trying to create.
100%. Now, who's ready for step number 2? I want to see a slew, a sea, an ocean of hearts.
Blue 42!
Cascading across this monitor.
Who wants to know what number 2 is?
Right? Number 2. I'm waiting for the hearts to roll, people. Oh, there they come. Look at that. It's like a cascade.
Brian, you're so funny.
Yes.
He's scared of spiders, but not this.
You're a smart man. All right. Number 2 is actually very easy. You ready? At the end of the 5 days, you're going to assess. You're going to have an honest, real, vulnerable conversation with yourself. And you're not going to... We don't want you to go crazy and say, oh my God, I waste all this time. I have to do this, and I have to do this, and I have to do this, and I have to do this. You don't have to do any of it. You know what wins in the end? Awareness. When you are aware of a problem, it is so simple in the moments to fix that problem. Yeah. So after you do the TikTok, we're not even going to ask you to reformat your entire schedule. We're going to ask you to maybe put one page of your TikTok on the fridge, or hang one on your bathroom mirror, or put one in your wallet, or whatever it is, just for a couple of days as a self-aware reminder in the moments of your day that you are prone to wasting time, which we all are. Yeah. Okay, so that's easy. Step number 2 is even easier. Are you ready? This is not about changing or revolutionizing your entire schedule and game plan. It's about 2 factors that we call bookends. Establishing bookends is step number 2 in increasing time management, productivity, finding life freedom, okay? What does that mean? Well, through a lot of trial and error, a lot of experimentation and self-discovery, what Carrie and I have realized is that when you own your morning and you own your night, you own your life.
Completely. Because
the middle part of the day, where a lot of people waste a lot of time, it starts to align with the feeling and the structure of your morning and your night. So if you're taking notes right now, take this note. When you own your morning and you own your night, you own your life. Okay? So what does that mean? Well, what we want you to do, are you ready? Prioritize what you want. Right now, prioritize what you want. And I'll go first, okay? My priorities in life, in no particular order: I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an athlete, I'm a learner and seeker, I'm a husband and a father. At this point in my life, those are my 4 priorities, okay? Which means I have a 60 to 90 minute schedule for the start of my day. Yep. and I have a 60 to 90 minute schedule for the end of my day. So I wake up every morning and do this for an hour to 90 minutes.
Yep.
And an hour to 90 minutes before I go to bed, I do that. Okay? And what are those things that I schedule? They are the 4 priorities I have. Entrepreneur, athlete, husband, father, learner, seeker. So every single morning, I journal. Every single morning, I read. Every single morning, I do mobility exercises because I'm an athlete. Every single morning, I absolutely, unequivocally have a standing time where I get to hang out with my kids and my wife for a good amount of time before they jet to school.
Right.
I manage my priorities. I own my perspective. The whole day is different because of that. Now, at night, I have extended cuddle time with my kids. I meditate. I count my wins for the day. And I prepare to succeed tomorrow. I own the morning. I own the night. All you have to do, and I want to play it out very simply, list your 3 or 4 priorities in life right now. And again, mine, entrepreneur, athlete, husband, father, learner, seeker. Then, what things would you want to do every single day to contribute to those 4 or 3 priorities? Map them into a 60 to 90 minute, from the time I wake up until this time, I do this. And from this time until I go to bed, I do that. That's it.
Yeah.
You are going to be shocked at how much the rest of the day begins to simply align with that kind of prioritization.
Right.
I dropped the mic.
Right? Drop it. I have a couple things to say. First of all, Trisha has now got me singing this song.
Yes.
And like, I want to sing it out to you, but I'm not going to do that.
Do it.
Number 2. Okay, a couple things I want to say. The first thing I want to say is, if you automatically had some resistance in your head that went something like this: oh, but Brian, I don't have 60 to 90 minutes in my morning and my evening right now to add that in. Here's the thing. That's okay. Okay? Because remember, everything is an evolution, right? Everything is a process. So if you don't have but I want to say this, you do have it. Okay, that's a story in and of itself.
Absolutely.
But if you're finding resistance in that point, right? So you start with 30 minutes, right? Because sometimes people hear like, oh, I don't have exactly 90 minutes. And let's face it, your mindset always goes to the 90 minutes, not the 60.
Of course.
Like, you all just heard an hour and a half, not an hour. Let's face it. But if you're going there, so many people hear that, and then because they don't have the exact replica of what you have or what we have, they just don't bother doing anything with it, right? So don't do that. Take what you have and create what you have. So start somewhere, right?
Can I? I'm so sorry. I don't want to interrupt you.
It's okay.
But have you noticed why these steps are taken on purpose? Step number 1 is establish a TikTok or create a TikTok. Step number 2 is establish bookends. So if you're doing right now, or at any point, what Carrie just said, which a lot of people are doing, well, I don't have 60 or 90 minutes. Refer to step number 1. Stop wasting fucking time during the day. You're going to find 60 minutes.
Absolutely.
In the morning and the night if you stop wasting your fucking time.
Absolutely. So that's the first thing that I wanted to say. The second thing I wanted to say is, just yesterday, Brian was profiling his inspiration statements. If you didn't catch yesterday's show, you want to go back and watch it, because that was a big one. But he was profiling his inspiration statements, which tie very closely into what you would define as goals, right? And if you were here yesterday, you picked up on this already, that his bookends include aspects of all of those goals that he's working towards.
Right, absolutely.
If you are filling your bookends with shit that is not part of the alignment of what you're trying to create for yourself and your goals, that in and of itself needs to be looked at and said, wait a second, why am I doing this when this isn't what I really want?
I also want to add, right now, comment of the day belongs to Lisa Arsenault. The TIC TOC helped to confirm to me. Are you guys listening? The TIC TOC helped to confirm to me that I actually had the time I thought I didn't have.
Everybody has that
That's
experience.
what TikToks do.
Yeah.
You can look at them as scary. You can look at them as, oh no. You can look at them as having to force yourself to look in the mirror to see where you're wasting your time. Or you can do exactly what Lisa Arsenault just said. You're going to come to realize you have way more time than you think you have. Take it from us. Because this is where we were 7 years ago. When I said about 20 minutes ago, we used to think we were so busy. We weren't. We were unproductive.
Oh,
we were inefficient.
That's so funny.
We were clowns at how much we were stupid at managing our time.
Right? Oh man, if we could tell you the stories.
Yes.
We end up worrying so much about time and miss the point that we all have time. It is important to create space in your life.
Yes, Chris Goldowski
Absolutely.
preaching wisdom.
Chris Godowski needs a mic.
He does, man. You know what? When we get to, we're going to surprise you guys with this in the next few months. We're going to start having guests on this show.
Yeah.
I'm putting Chris Goldowski on.
Yeah, we are.
So how are we doing so far? You guys have gotten a little quiet. I want to see some hearts. I want to see some comments. Are we, or we're not going to tell you what step number 3 is. And then you're going to go, shit, now I don't know.
I love what Trisha just said. So for those of you who don't know Trisha is our left arm, our right arm, and everything in between.
Yes.
And she's been with us for 6 years now. But she says, I remember when we first met, I remember you guys saying you were too busy to go to lunch. And the Trisha knows. The funny thing is we weren't busy at all. Like you said, we were doing stuff that made us. Well, we were doing what I talked about with the moms who clean the house. We were doing things that made us feel like we were being productive.
Yeah.
As opposed to actually being productive.
Yeah. You know, it's a very funny thing. I mean, before we get to step number 3, because Chris introduced the whole concept of space, not time, which is something we teach.
Yep.
Right? It maybe is a little bit more elaborate for this show right today than it needs to be. So one day we'll explain to you the difference of space and time and what creating space actually means and how you do it. We'll do that a different day, okay? But that's what Carrie and I got really good at. We got really good at busy work.
Yeah.
We got really good at shit that didn't move us forward. And now, if you're an entrepreneur or you're a worker or just like anybody, can you relate to this? I want to see comments and or, some loves and likes if you can relate to this, okay? You fill your days, and most of the time you do. Sometimes you don't, but your days are full with nonsense things that are not high investment returns. Meaning you do clean your kitchen again. You know what I mean? You do go do some groceries because you might need an egg later on tomorrow. Like, these are not high value, high return on investment actions, but we fill our days with them.
Yep.
In many cases, because we're a little lost on understanding how to achieve goals, we get a little bit of avoidant behavior. So you end up being very busy on time, even though you're not effective or efficient or productive with anything that you'd really want to be productive, efficient, etc., etc. Does that resonate?
Yeah, I'm sure it does based on the comments that I'm seeing come up, but I want to come back to something that Tiffany just said, because Tiffany just said that she's unemployed, or when she's unemployed, I don't know if she currently is as well, that she has too much time. Yeah. And I want to make that point, actually. One of the things that we talk about when we're not talking about it today, but when we talk about organizing your time, preparing your time, actually being organized and scheduled, one of the things that, I think sometimes people think that it's the busy people who are the only ones who need time management. But can I tell you who in my history I have found has the greatest challenge with time management? It is and I'm not stereotyping anybody, okay? But I'm just using these classic examples. It is the stay-at-home moms who don't work, who find themselves with this abundance of time, but at the end of the day, they're still not caught up on all the things they want to do.
Well, because it's 2017, stay-at-home
dads, right? I'm just using the classic examples. It is the entrepreneur who works from home, who has 24 hours in a day, but still doesn't get to everything that they want to do because organizing they think, I have so much time, I don't have to organize it. Sure. Right?
Can I add something as well? And this is a little bit, it's not off topic, but I want to be able to relate to you, and I don't know if everyone's going to relate, but I think you might, okay? When you learn to get out of your own way, mentally, enhance your mindset, which is what this show is all about, okay? And you start to prioritize things in your life, you start to manage your time and space around those priorities, something very interesting happens, okay? It happened to us about 4 years ago. We realized that it took a lot of space and energy, not time, but it took a lot of space and energy to clean our house and do our laundry every week.
Right.
Okay? And then we realized something. We could pay somebody to do that. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, I don't have that kind of expendable budget. Well, 4 years ago, neither did we.
Right.
right? We took a plunge. We jumped off a cliff, and we said, okay, well, we got a price quote. It's going to cost us $420 a month to have someone come once a week to clean our entire house and do all of our laundry. And all the space and energy we would be creating and conserving by not having to do it ourselves. You think I could find a way to make $400 fucking a month?
Right.
So, I mean, we don't consider ourselves like privileged and upper class by any stretch, but like we don't do our own groceries and we don't clean our house and we don't do our own laundry. And the reason is that there are services of people who need employment who will do that for you. Mm-hmm. You're too valuable as an entrepreneur. You're too valuable as a dad or a mom. You're too valuable as a husband or a wife to do that stuff if you don't want to.
Right.
So don't hide behind the shield that, oh, I couldn't possibly pay somebody to clean my house or buy my groceries. Yeah, you could. The second you recognize the mindset limitation is what's holding you back.
Right.
If you didn't have to run out to the grocery store, clean the floors, do the laundry, you're creating space and energy. Fill it with ways to make money. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And all of a sudden, you've changed the balance of everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So who's ready for step number 3? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, let's do step 3. Caitlin said she applauds you. Great comment, Janine, by the way. And welcome, Janine. This is the first time you've chimed in, so hello.
Oh, I'm just reading comments now.
Me too. Sorry.
I got engrossed. There's some good comments.
We get distracted by you guys.
Yes. You guys are awesome. That's why.
3. Brian wants to hear 3.
Brian
Anybody else?
does. Papa Drops is nice. Papa Drops is the best.
The cleaner you hire is somebody else's entrepreneur endeavor.
Exactly, Dennis.
Absolutely true.
I don't look at people who collect my trash or people who clean my house or people who launder my clothes or people who deliver our groceries. I don't look at them as less than me.
Yep.
I don't look at them as hired help. I look at them as entrepreneurs who want and need to make a living.
Yep.
So it's a food chain. If I elevate myself in that time and space and energy to go out and make more money, then I can afford that entrepreneur who also wants to better themselves and improve their family. It's a beautiful food chain.
It is.
These people aren't lesser than us. They are our brothers and sisters who are entrepreneurs and want to grow also.
Completely.
I think it's a disservice to waste our time cleaning our house when there's entrepreneurs in this town who want to do it for us.
Right.
And we should pay them for that and then elevate ourselves. Every entrepreneur should think like that.
Yeah.
So Brian Sackwoods, like 4 years ago, said, yes, 3. Let's go.
Let's do 3. Come on, let's do it.
Yes. Okay, here it is. You ready? Carrie's already tipped the hand of number 3, which means it's not a one-and-done process. So what we call number 3, okay, is audit your friction points. Now, what does that mean? Okay, so you have a TIC TOC, and you see you're wasting time. You're going to increase your self-awareness on that. Then you add to it listing 3 to 4 priorities, and then creating a morning and an evening routine that really pumps action into those 3 or 4 priorities. Now, that's great. All by itself, you just revolutionized your life, okay? Audit your friction points, though. We recognize that around 2 o'clock almost every afternoon, when we were doing TikToks, when we first started doing TikToks, about, 5 years ago now, we recognized that every day around 2 o'clock, we were exhausted. Mm-hmm. Okay? We were bagged.
Right.
We were horrified in how tired we were. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, if you believe in the hustle and grind, there's no success without blood kind of people, well, then you're on the wrong show. But we don't believe in that shit. Here's what we believe. We believe that when you are exhausted physically, and you're mentally tired and emotionally spent, that's probably the exact wrong fucking time to try and do some work that's supposed to elevate your business. Right. How good are we at creating value for you when we're creating that value in the midst of our fatigue?
Right.
We're half as good for you as we could be. Mm-hmm. So we recognize that 2 p.m. virtually every single day is a friction point for us.
Right.
So we recognized it and we changed it. You know what we do at 2 o'clock every single day now?
We nap.
We go to sleep.
We decompress.
We decompress. Oh, we have sex. And then we go to sleep. And we wait for our kids to come home. Because then we are rejuvenated for the evening.
Yep, absolutely.
And the things we want to create for you, the value we want to provide you, the life-changing ideas and journals that we have on our minds that we can give to you. We can create those in 45 minutes at 7 o'clock at night because we're not tired anymore.
Yep.
We decompressed, we restored, we rejuvenated ourselves, and now we're ready to give you high value. Mm-hmm. That's what auditing your friction points means. Look at your days every day. Start to map out, where am I tired? Yep. Here's a big one. What don't I enjoy doing?
What doesn't feel good?
What doesn't feel good? And can I just extrapolate on that for a second? Entrepreneurs are so stupid. God love them. They're so stupid. And here's why. I hate doing this. But this is how you have to be successful, so I have to do it. You think that is going to build a successful, sustainable business that provides value to people? That you're constantly saying to yourself every day, I hate doing this? Mm-hmm. You're kidding yourself. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Yep. But millions of entrepreneurs convince themselves that's what they have to do. So you ready for some more secret sauce? There's no one way to build a successful business. There's your way. Mm-hmm. There's no one way to get fit. There's your way. Right. So you want to, can I break it down farther? You know what the best exercise in terms of fitness, the very best exercise in the entire world that everybody should do? The one you like doing, because it's the one you're going to do. There. I simplified fitness for you. Yep. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you like going to the gym every day just to walk on the treadmill, then fucking do it. Am I going to tell you it's the most optimal way of decreasing body fat? Well, no, because it's not. But if the choice is you having to drag your ass to the gym in a cesspool of I hate this, and then therefore being inconsistent with it, versus going to the gym because you get to say, oh, I get to watch Brian&Carrie in the morning while I walk on the treadmill. Well, then go walk on the treadmill. You want to know what the best business model is? The guaranteed business model that's going to work for everybody. You ready? The one you like doing. Right. That's the one that's going to work. Because you're going to do it consistently. And you're going to enjoy it. And that energy and value is going to start to blossom.
Yeah, absolutely.
So auditing energy friction just means increase self-awareness. Use a journal. Write down, when are you tired? What shit don't you like? And start to change it. Mm-hmm. We decided to take a nap. And it changed our world. Right.
And I want to just chime in on one thing right there that Brian said. Start to change it. And the reason I'm saying that is because, you know, a couple of comments ago, Angela made the comment that, you know, her husband's already busts a gut every week to make ends meet. She can't go back to work at the moment, so they can't afford to pay others to do household work. That's okay. We're never sitting here saying, go and hire a housekeeper or outsource your work or change your... We are never saying to you, do what we do exactly. What we're saying is take the philosophy, the principle, and look at your days and then start creating change. So maybe for you right now, Angela, a housekeeper isn't actually something that even matters in your world right now.
There you go.
But that doesn't mean that you don't have friction in your day that can be managed and moved to make your days more optimal, right? It's never about take the blueprint and do the blueprint. It is always about take the message and then mold it and shape it and move forward in your life for 100%. What makes sense for you.
And that speaks back to a point Carrie made. It's a point that I made. It's a point that at the top of the show, some of you made. The whole step number 3, audit your friction points, means one thing: evolve.
Completely.
We evolve. Our schedule changes all the time. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning in January when it's not light outside until 7 sucks. Right. So we stopped fighting that. Mm-hmm. And we said, you know what? It seems as though in the dead of winter, we don't like waking up as early. So we don't. We simply augment our schedule. Audit your friction points. From morning until I go to sleep, I can tell you right now, there's not one thing that I don't enjoy doing.
Yeah, not anymore, man, right?
But it used to be, we gotta do this,
Absolutely.
we gotta do this, we gotta do this, we gotta do this, and oh my God.
Which, you know what, this show...
And that's, guys, that is a life changer.
Of course.
When who can relate? Do you have things in your day that you just hate? Or you don't enjoy? Or you recognize how tired you are at certain points? Can you, look at all the hearts, can you not relate to that?
Yeah.
Right? So audit your friction points and start the process of changing them.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my gosh, this show could go on forever.
Yes.
Because the number of like one-offs of thoughts that I'm having that all loop back to mindset are so huge, but I'm not going to go off on a diatribe on them at this moment in time. What I am going to say is this. Awareness matters.
Yes.
So much. And we talk about that all the time, right? In order to feel what doesn't feel good, in order to know when you have a friction point, you have to augment your awareness. You have to be tuned into yourself.
Yes.
Now, you know, the reason Brian and I don't have any friction points in our days anymore is because we learned to figure out what doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, that doesn't feel good. We need to modify this. And so we modified it, right? So just remember, TIC TOCs, bookends, and audit your frictions. That's the first part.
Yes.
And then in all of that, be aware and be honest and make it your own.
Yeah. That's it. Mic drop on Carrie. That was the summary.
I had to summarize for myself because there was so much in there that
perfect.
I, needed to give you guys that.
That was all actionable.
Yeah.
This wasn't a theory class today. This was here, guys, go do this.
Absolutely.
And now, go do this until March 27th. You should go to AchieveTheGoalsYouSet.com. Pick up our Let's Eliminate Your Limits, How to Finally Achieve the Goals You Set program. The personal journal, the daily reader, all the videos, all the extras, which, God, there's a lot of extras in there that are awesome, including some meditation audio tracks, which are, delicious. So, AchieveTheGoalsYouSet.com. Go pick up that entire program, because on March 29th, we start a 4-week coaching process for free with anybody who has gotten their hands on that program from the time it went live, which is last Tuesday, until March 27th. If you don't think that the value we're going to provide for your life is epically life-changing through this 4-week coaching program, which, by the way, we're not charging a thing for, then you are really hard to please. Because we deliver it big every day. And we love it. I love that Papa Draps wrote BAM.
Right? Apparently my passion is untucked today. I guess I have a thing for time management.
Yes. No, you do, though. Brian Sackowitz, my voice is awfully soothing.
You know, it's so funny, Brian, that you said that, because when Brian says, were we supposed... Lynette, okay, I just want to say this. For anybody who's watching right now who has already picked up their copy of the program, the details on the free coaching program will be coming to you. So
no rush.
Fear not, you're automatically entered. It's coming to you.
But for everybody else, www.achievethegoalsyouset.com. Get it now. You only have until the 27th for that 4-week free coaching program.
Yes.
Woo!
I just
love you, Matt.
Brian and your voice. You know, when Brian was talking about his meditation tracks and he's like, they're delicious. And I'm thinking, yeah, they are, because you're the one who's talking on them.
Ain't that the truth?
Delicious is the right word.
Christine Basista just called me old.
And his beard, he looks so young.
Yeah, she's looking at a video where my beard was much shorter and I look so young. So that's a backhanded way of saying I look old now, but whatever.
I'm confused, but...
I still love you, Christine.
Oh, that's fantastic.
No, Caitlin, there's no way of that program is locked. We piece things together on purpose.
You know,
we believe in over-delivering on value beyond what is even possible to understand. So the journal complements the reader complements the videos. All of it is complemented by the Art of Silence 4-track audios. We've built it on purpose for that, right? So for now and likely forever, no, those are not individual parts. But great question.
Absolutely. Cecily, can you pop me a private message, and I'm going to address that in a message to you privately? Not because I don't want to address it here, just I don't want to belabor answering the questions that I can answer for people.
Oh, sure. Well, can I just say, Cecily, it's the page.
It is.
Yeah.
So yes.
It's an easy answer.
Yes, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, so yes, Cecily, to you in particular, an email went out yesterday that had all that stuff in it. So you have access to that all since yesterday.
Boom!
But yes, the meditation tracks come with the journal and the whole package.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Awesome. You
great
guys
show.
are all great.
Beautiful show. We are a little longer than usual today, so thanks for sticking it out. Be back tomorrow for a really good reason. It's Fucked Up Friday.
Who knows what's going to happen?
And if you know in your soul that we earned this today, give us a big time share right now, please. We'd appreciate it.
And one last chime in as we're leaving. If you're going to do the TikTok and all the tools that we, exercises we gave you today.
Yeah. Awesome. You know what? And if you do some things like TikTok, post it on the Brian and Carrie fan page.
Absolutely. We want to see. Awesome.
Beard salute.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. Woo!